Now here's the thing. On days like today, when it's windy and consistently rainy, the squirrels won't come out unless they're starving, because they can't withstand the wet. Their fur isn't oiled sufficiently to protect them from wetness. It's very light and fluffy, and it's very good in cold weather, but it's no good in wet weather. So invariably they won't come out. But on a day like today, their drays would be dripping. I wouldn't think a single dray is going to be able to withstand 24 hours of rain. And so I've been keeping an eye on Giftie, and I've been seeing her, you know, she's coming out a little bit, she's stretching, standing on top of the box now and again, and then going back in. So I went out and I fed her this morning, and it's now getting on for 3 o'clock, and so it's, you know, it's almost dark. It may not look it on the camera because the camera picks up the light, but it's kind of like twilight now. And so I thought, well, I'll go and feed Giftie again, because I do it twice a day. And as I stood in front of those nesting boxes under my umbrella, and I called Giftie, well, 2 little faces came to 2 little windows. And so I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, there was a squirrel in the top box. Now, I'm not sure whether that was Mum. It didn't look big enough to be Mum. And so Giftie knew she was there. You know, Giftie will know when there's a squirrel coming down the tree 20 feet away. They just know. And so there's been, of course, Mum. She's been hanging around for a long time. It may be Mum. I mean, Mum went in the house and made herself comfortable a couple of weeks ago, some of you will remember. And so Mum probably has been casing the joint out. And today, when her dray isn't giving her the warmth and comfort that she'd hoped it would, well, she knew a home that would offer that facility. And so when I came and I started talking to Giftie, and I saw both of these faces come to the windows, I wasn't sure which one was which for a while. And then the one in the top got a little bit panicky and dived out and ran up the tree. And so I'm going to keep a keen eye open, and I'm kind of hoping that you know, she'll come back and she will be Giftie's neighbour, and in the winter time, you know, they will cuddle up together. And so, you know, they're a very clever animal, and they will afford each other that facility. They will use each other's body heat, to their advantage and self-preservation. So I'm going to keep a keen eye whilst I'm standing here doing my music, and see if the other squirrel comes back, and see if I can discern whether or not it is Mum, and then see what happens. But it's such a beautiful thing having this facility. Of course, I afforded myself the facility. I created this facility. I cut away all the branches in that region so I can get you know, 100% vision, and I stand here with my binoculars and I can watch everything that goes on in this whole arena. And so Providence's kids live, let's move this, oh goodness me, can't, let's come back. Providence's kids, they live in there. Now, somewhere in there is a, you know, a nice little living quarters which used to house 3 squirrels the size of Giftie and Providence, you know, full grown female. So it's big enough in there for 4 squirrels. And I know Providence's kids have been maintaining it on a regular basis to prevent the water from entering. And so I haven't seen those out today, so I'm assuming that they've done a good job maintaining their home. But there's another tray which I've only seen 1 squirrel going in, and that's that one up there, and I don't know whether that's leaking. I don't know whether it's where the other squirrel came from, but maybe time will reveal all. And so what I've done is I've thrown out a bunch of monkey nuts, so if anyone does start coming out, then they'll spot them a mile away, and invariably they all know the sound of the clatter when those monkey nuts land on the path. And so it doesn't look like it's raining too much now, and if I threw a few more out there, then squirrels in these drays would recognise that clatter, and I'm pretty sure they'll be out. So I'll get a few nuts. So I've got another handful of nuts and I'll throw them out. So they've just gone down there now, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, if any activity does strike up, then I'll tune in, because I'll leave the camera exactly where it is.